good habit gone bad. A good habit gone bad. Sarah Andreas.
At the very edge of the town where I live, the highway has an exit that intersects the main road. And over the years that I've been driving this route, I've developed a very good habit. I drive to the very edge of the intersection and I make a complete stop. Then I look to the left and then I look to the right, and if there was no one coming, I'd turn left and I would go home. Last summer, the town decided to install a red light at that intersection. I was coming home late from work, it was dark, I was tired, and the light was red. I drove all the way up to the end of the intersection and I made a complete stop. Then I looked to the left, then I looked to the right, then I turned left and promptly ran the new red light. Mr. Contest Chair, fellow Toastmasters, and anyone who's ever ran a red light, the number of thoughts that went through my head in that split second of realization that I ran the red light was amazing. There were two that stood out. The first thought was, I hope the Strasbourg cops did not just see me do that. If they did, they are writing me a ticket. My second thought was, wow, that was a good habit that's gone bad. And it was that last thought that really stuck with me over the next couple months. I started to pay attention to conversations related to habits. I heard comments such as good habits, bad habits, creating healthy habits, minimizing bad habits, and even nuns wearing habits. And I started to think about how we create habits and the types of habits we would have. The three types of habits I believe we create are habits with our actions, our words, and our thoughts. And we create these habits by doing an action over and over again until it forms that habit. Once the habit forms, we continue to do it repeatedly until it becomes unconscious. And we're not even aware we do it anymore until we receive a wake-up call. Now, an action habit is usually really easy for us to discover that we're having an issue with it. There's two things that happen. It's either uncomfortable when we try to do it differently, or somebody is always happy to point it out that we're doing it wrong. So, quick example. Everybody cross your arms over your chest like this. Super easy, very comfortable, right? You've been doing this habit for a long time. Now try to do it again, uncross them. Try to do it again, this time putting your dominant hand underneath and the other one on top. It's really hard to do. Thank you. The habits with your words are another one that can be challenging. Have any of you ever ended a telephone call with the words, I love you? Only to remember you're talking to your boss or coworker? That's definitely a good habit gone bad. But there might be another phrase that you're using all the time that you're no longer aware that you're saying. And that's the phrase, I can't. The next time you say, I can't, I want you to ask yourself, is that true? Or is that just a habit that I'm saying? It's the third habit, which is our thought habits, that I think are the most dangerous. Because we're not even aware sometimes what we're thinking. We can think in things other than words. We can think in feelings and emotions. And because we do that, unless we're talking to somebody who's been trained to listen to our words and watch our actions and look for the underlying thought, we might not even know we have a problem. Several years ago, I decided I wanted to become a corporate coach. And in order to become a coach, I had to go through coaching with my coach while I was working with other people. And the first time I met with my coach, I told her all about my clients, all the problems they were having, and how I was helping them. When I left, she said, Sarah, read this book. So I took the book home and I read it. And after I was done, I thought, wow, my clients can really use this book. And the next time I went and met with her, when I was leaving, she said, Sarah, here's the book, I want you to read it. I took the book home and I read it. And at the end I thought, wow, my clients really need this book. And the third time I met with her when I was leaving, she gave me a book, and she looked me in the eye and she said, "Sarah, you really need to read this book." It was about halfway through that third book when I had a revelation. Those other books were not for my clients. My coach had seen a problem that I was having with a thought that I was thinking. And instead of just telling me what the problem was and how to solve it, she made me figure it out on my own. And the thought that I was having was I was not good enough. And I know many of you probably agree with my coach that that is not a good thought to have. However, early in my career, the thought that I was not good enough made me work harder, be more competitive, and work smarter, and be very successful. However, that same thought that had made me successful was now undermining my credibility as I was trying to transition into a coaching career. I had to break the habit. I was now aware of it. I developed a mantra, and I actually repeated this mantra twice a day for almost a year to get myself to stop thinking that I was not good enough. Anytime I would have that thought, I would stop myself and say, that is no longer true. I am a professional. I know what I'm talking about. If I don't know something, I can learn it. I am good enough. And it was by going through that I was able to change the thought process. But what about you? Many people would agree that generosity is a good habit. However, if your generosity causes you to overcommit, overpromise, and then not be able to fulfill on those commitments, it's a good habit that's gone bad. So what I would like for you to do, over the next couple weeks, if you receive a wake-up call, it feels uncomfortable, you say, "I can't," or somebody gives you 3 books on the exact same subject, I want you to stop and ask yourself, do I have a good habit that's gone bad? Mr. Contest Chair.
We will now have 2 minutes of silence for the judges to